Peter G. Show. Peter G. Show. Divorced dad, single dad, divorced dad, single dad. Peter G. Show.
Hi everybody, I'm Peter G, and this is another In the Car. I was going to talk about one thing that I've been thinking about for a few days, but just this afternoon I had a conversation with a gentleman and it really struck a nerve again. And the word has a lot of meaning in a lot of different areas, but today we're going to focus on this one area. But the word is regrets. I had a conversation with a guy who's just about retired. I think he told me next year he gets to retire. Semi-successful guy, owns a business, has property in a couple of different states, and fortunate enough to live life and be comfortable. But we started talking about he's been married for 20 years, happily, but this is his fourth marriage, and he finally got it right. So I told him, congratulations. I envy that because marriage is so hard to do. And we started talking about children. He's got kids previously and all these things. And the one thing he came to me and said was, this is just a word of advice for you. Because I was telling him how I struggle now to do what I do because I have a child and she requires my attention, and I've made some choices to stay around and be available to her. But I make a lot less money and I just barely get by, and it's not what I used to do, and I'm not that happy doing it. But I do it because I'm available to my daughter. My daughter doesn't measure me by my money, and it's been great. I mean, she's worth every second, and you know how I am about that. But he said his biggest regret was not being available for his daughter when she was younger. He worked and worked and worked. Yes, he was able to write a check and buy what was needed, but he regrets the time that he missed with his child. He says she's great now, she's in her 20s, but she's older and off on her own, and he now realizes what he missed, and you can't take it back. So his advice to me was, don't worry about the money. Spend the time with your child. He said, again, he has to live with that. See, and I'm the opposite now. I'm worrying about not having enough money for her, although she doesn't realize it. But on the other hand, I am happy as hell with every second I spend with her. Anybody who knows enough about me knows that my child is number one. Okay? That's it. I don't care. She is my investment. I brought her into this world, and she's my responsibility to make sure that she is taken care of and just brought up to be a decent human being more than anything. And right now, money is not what it takes to raise a decent human being. It's time. So listening to this man again telling me reiterates about how important it is to give your time to your children. I know money's important, and we're all hustling, and I work a lot of hours. I don't make enough money, but second and first of all is spending that time with your child. I can work even more to go chasing that dollar, and that's what he was telling me. He says he was always chasing his money, but the bottom line is he made a great living, but he is not happy with the decision he made looking back at it. And that's the kind of stuff that haunts you. I mean, no, they're not going to not love you for what you did, but you tend to carry that. And I know I'm one of those kind of guys that I'm not that good. I can't just brush it off and go, oh, well, it is what it is. No, I made this conscious decision. I could have been gone. If I wanted to stay in the music industry, I could have been gone because that's the only way there is to make a living, but I didn't. And I could have wrote a check and made sure she's got clothes and paid for and paid her mother more money to take care of her for the time I'm not there. But that's not what I wanted. I wanted the time with her. That's worth $1 gazillion to me. And quite frankly, I'm starting to really feel it in my daughter now. She's just getting old enough to where you can feel her love back. I mean, little babies, yes, they love you and this and that, but now she comes to me and it's just a different thing that I still can't explain, but I know it's there. I'm glad for the decision I'm making. But it's not an easy decision because it makes me crazy. I don't like being broke. I hate it. We all want things. But He told me not to worry about it, and life will get better. Things will change. My daughter's going to get busy, and then I'll start getting my time back. But I've had lots of time prior. That's why I just kind of let it go. And I know how important my child is to me. I hope your child is important to you, and you're not going to do the selfish thing and worry about you. You've had plenty of time for you. This child came into this world somehow having to do with you, regardless of what happened in your relationship. Now you have children. Do the right thing. Make the right decisions. Even when you're not thinking clearly, you got time to make it up. Don't do things that you're going to regret down in the long run and down the road, okay? My name is Peter G. This was just something I had to talk about, and I'll be talking about all kinds of regrets. There's tons of regrets. Regrets in our relationship, regrets about our children, regrets about decisions we make. But this is a real big one, because when it comes to children, second to none. That's my biggest issue. How to make sure your children don't pay the price from all the decisions you make in your life. It's not fair to them. It's not their fault. I love you guys. Like and share. Can't say it enough. I'll always say it. Spread the word. We're doing stuff to help people, and I'm positive it's stuff that everybody can relate to. Even if I don't throw a joke in there, it's serious business. Peace out.
Peter G. Show.